Good afternoon, dear students. Today we shall begin with the new part of the chapter number 4, Current, Electricity and Magnetism. Part 2. In this part we are going to learn about electric cell. You can see the different pictures which are showing electric cell, and these cells are to be used in various electric appliances. These are the day-to-day life examples of electric cell. Now the first type of this is the dry cell that we are going to learn. The mechanism and the structure of the dry cell. Here is a diagram of a dry cell which is representing the each and every part of dry cell. We can see the positive terminal, the negative terminal at the carbon rod. Also, the middle portion is showing the covering of zinc. Now let us understand the mechanism and the actual structure of dry cell internally, how it to be appeared. The batteries are different from the wet cell because their electrolytes are contained in a single cell. A dry cell is consist of zinc container whose base is act as negative electrode, and the carbon rod is placed at the center with a brass cap which is act as cathode. Mixture of manganese dioxide and charcoal is there around the rod. The electrolyte is used in moist paste. The outer body, excluding the base of the zinc container, is insulated with cardboard to prevent graphite rod from coming in contact with zinc container. So now we are going to understand about the working. When the dry cell is connected in a circuit, it's comprising a bulb, and current flows in the circuit due to the chemical reaction that takes place in the cell. So this makes the bulb glow. The electrode in the dry cell battery has two terminals, one that is positive and one that is negative. When a bulb is connected to the battery's terminal, a chemical reaction occurs between electrode and the paste that produces roughly 1.5 volts. The electricity produced is conducted out of the battery with the help of an external circuit. So this circuit physically connects the battery to an electronic device to function. Now we are going to learn about lead acid cell. The diagram is given in your textbook as we can see on your screen. There are two electrodes. First we are going to learn about the characteristics of lead acid cell. Lead acid cell can be recharged. It contains a Pb electrode. It is a positive terminal which is called as lead oxide electrode, negative terminal, and electrodes are dipped in dilute sulfuric acid. The potential difference is nearly 2 volt. They have a capacity to deliver large current. As we can see the diagram properly, you have to practice for the diagram of both lead acid cell and dry cell, and also you have to by heart their structure, characteristics and mechanism. These kinds of electric cells have a capacity to deliver large current. For vehicle like car, like truck, tempos, as the capacity is higher, the battery will be working on a high power. So these are the different pictures which are showing the working of the batteries. Nickel cadmium cell. Nowadays, these days, a variety of gadgets gadgets are available and which are required to be carried to different places. Such gadgets use nickel cadmium cell. The cells deliver 1.2 voltage potential difference and it is rechargeable. This is very important. Now we are learning about the diagram of electric circuit. This diagram is showing you how the electric current flows in a circuit and how the bulb burns. Here the circuit is showing the large vertical line and the smaller vertical line. The large vertical line is showing the positive terminal and the smaller line is showing the negative terminal. It is connected to the plug key and plug key to the electric bulb. So how it's to be work? Here is a diagram or a picture of cell holder. In a first diagram, the key is open, circuit is open. In a second diagram, the circuit is completed. That's why bulb is light up. In the first diagram, bulb is in without light up condition. When circuit is complete and light flows, current flows, the bulb light up. So here is the symbol of the cell. This house is showing the effect of all these electric charges are going through internally the walls of the houses. So research says that lithium ion cells are used in modern equipments, for example smartphone, laptop, etc. This cell can be recharged. More electrical energy can be stored in this cell. So as compared to that of nickel cadmium cell as comparatively dry cell. So these are the connecting cells. How they are connected and how the circuit is to be complete, that we will understood later on. But how the connecting cells are working, that we are going to learn. The positive and the negative terminals are showing with the different shades of color for your better understanding. So see the flow of electron and electrical resistance and connecting cells. You have to write all the information regarding connecting cells in your notebook. Also you have to by heart all these points related to the connecting cells. Now we are going to learn about the next part, that is use your brain power. For that part, you must have seen that the car battery which is available in the market is called as battery, not a cell. So why they are calling as the battery, not a cell? That you have to think and give me an answer. A battery is formed by connecting two or more cells in a series. So, a cell provides low potential, whereas the battery provides the high potential difference. In a car, high potential difference is needed for its running. Hence, in car, battery is used instead of cells. Now we are going to learn about the magnetic effect of electric current. These parts we have learned about in yesterday's video, but now I am going to revise this part. The effect of current on a compass needle. This figure is showing a circuit diagram of compass needle. Effect of current. See the magnetic compass, electric bulb, needle. Effect of current on the compass needle is very known popular experiment regarding the magnetic effect of the current. So for that purpose, one activity is given in your textbook that you have to perform. On the basis of the activity, the mechanism of the electric current, you will understood better. In your first unit test portion, there are only 4 chapters that you have to study. For your Hans Christian Oersted made this observation first. When an electric current passes through a wire, a magnetic field is produced around the wire. So based on this is the activity. One nail is to be covered with the rounded wire. Here are the instruments which are going to use: wire, iron nail, cell, drawing pin and switch. And how they apply wires to the nail is showing in the last picture. And in this way, this is the construction of your cell. Draw this diagram also in your notebook. Also, you have to write all the points that I am teaching you from the video. Now the next part is electric bell. This part we have studied in the last video also, but this is quite difficult. That's why I am taking again for this video. So here is the internal structure of the electric bell which is showing on the screen. How it's to be appeared. The mechanism of the electric bell is given in your textbook. Here we are going to discuss the various parts related with the electric bell here. There is a push switch at the bottom. There is a battery and the coil of wire, because the wire is covered with the coil, and a striker and a gap. The gong and the striker roles a very important role. That's why you have to write neatly the each and every part which is showing the structure of electric bell. So that's all for the today's video. Write all the points neatly, make a PDF and send it to me. Also from your breach course studies, there are I think 25 activity sheets till there you have to complete, and after completion you have to write test number 3. Those students who didn't submit it yet, please to submit on Friday after 3 p.m. Thank you.